seesawing game continues. Feels like it's going to be a high-scoring one here today. Attack the order of the day. There's another game on down the road, around the grounds. The Joondalup Giants leading 6 points to 4 early on against South Perth. A big one there for the Lions, it must be said. The Lions are currently 5 points adrift of Joondalup. And a loss here today up in Admiral Park. We've got 2 games north of the river. Spora Kemp knocks that one over. And it's Fremantle leading this one 10 points to 6 on the Cash Converters scoreboard. As I was saying, if South Perth lose that game there today at Admiral Park against Joondalup, it will be good night nurse for them. Their season will be over. So a lot to play for. They trail by 2 points early. Thanks to Peter Rowe for the updates. After South Perth did score first points. Tierney catches that one from the kickoff. Didn't look for his front rower. Wanted to carry himself. Now catching that one right on the advantage line. And North Beach offside. And a penalty to Fremantle. Feel like North Beach have got to find some way of slowing the Roosters down. Day taps, goes, runs straight at them. McDonald makes the tackle with Gillett. Now the Roosters. Short pass there to Sanders, and the pass is called forward. Just got a message through saying that the stream didn't pick up, didn't get started until just recently. So, yeah, welcome to Blueforce Park. NRL Control forgot to hit the button to start the stream, but we're underway now and going live around the country, around the globe. Here in the Fuel to Go and Play Premiership, round 11, North Beach versus Fremantle. There's the Fremantle Roosters. The away team leading 10 points to 6 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. Early on in this one, tries to Alan Cowan and Cooper Sanders for the Roosters. While Darius Rogers got across for the try for North Beach. And an error from the Seagulls on the first play. The Roosters' possession and a chance for them to extend this lead as they go searching for top spot on the ladder. 3 teams currently tied at the top of the Fuel to Go and Play Premiership. These 2 teams and also the Rockingham Sharks who have the bye. But right now it's Day taking that one forward into the 2 Seagulls front rowers, Tom Fry and Tom Reed. Wiley, well, it's not too often he catches it flat-footed. He does on that occasion and just submits in the tackle. On tackle 5. Goes to Kemp. Kemp fires a long pass to Kalen. Jeremiah Phillips, who dots down in the corner. Well, that was a sweet, sweet ball from Paora Kemp on the last tackle. And the Roosters go to a 14-6 lead. They've dominated possession and territory for the most part. The try for North Beach was really against the run of play after a great run from Royden Gillett. Got them into a good position, and on basically the next play, Darius Rogers stepped his way through for a great North Beach try, but it really has been all Fremantle for the most part. Paora Kemp, he's in the first couple of kicks, he's 1 from 2, and maybe they've got different goal kickers for different sides of the field, because Tomaho Tierney is taking this one from the left-hand side, right on the touchline. Preferred side of the field. Checks the wind. Takes a breath, moves in. Out to the left-hand side. It'll stay out to the left-hand side and waved away, so it remains 14 points to 6 on the cash converter scoreboard. The Fremantle Roosters leading the North Beach Sea Eagles. Both teams with late changes. For the Fremantle Roosters, Sonny Kerr had a hamstring issue in the warm-up. He was a late scratching, and they brought in Bjorn Crotty, who we'll see later in this game in jersey 6 as Wilson Wiley charges back at McDonald. And a quick play of the ball straight on the back of that. Wells Talamaveo steps past Pomare. Well, for the North Beach Sea Eagles, they had Aaron Hughes was injured in the reserve grade game, the Val Murphy Trophy game before this one, and Houston Eparama is the late inclusion for them on their bench. As the Fremantle Roosters currently leading 14 points to 6 in the middle of the halfway. The kick from Kemp. Pomeroy chased it back. He worked hard to get to it. Knocks the ball backwards, back to his own line, and gets away from the tackle of Solomon. So a good kick return. Gets back to basically where he would have got to if he had taken it on the full anyway. So no harm done. His hard work rewarded as McDonald rolling one forward. Short pass, Rafferty. He stands in the tackle. Not sure whether Rafferty might be actually playing in the second row and Gulliver Brown maybe in the centres. End up going out to that left-hand side of the field. Quick play the ball. Comes back for the kick. He kicks the belly of the ball. It's a bit of a midfield bomb. Tomaho Tierney takes that one on the full. The kick from Everett didn't have a lot of depth on it. I don't know whether he got it quite the way that he wanted to. Rogers tries to come up with a one-on-one strip. And I'm not sure he got to marker there. Jeremiah Phillips bounces out of one, but the referee seems happy that Rogers did enough to get square. Now Day back in behind the ruck and almost comes out the other side. Around the bootlaces was McDonald. Wilson Wiley looks to use some late footwork to get on the outside of Green, who holds on to him. He's out onto the field. Seagulls calling it out right. It goes out to Edwards. Edwards shrugs away from one, gets the ball to Riggs. Riggs looks to take on a couple, stands in the tackle, and we're going to have a penalty. I think this will be a Seagulls player taking out a Rooster off the ball after he passed it. Cowan taps the ball as they come towards the middle. Tagakakabau running it for right. And Wills Talamaveo goes to the line. Out the back, short ball now to Day. Day, he stands in the tackle of Gillett, who makes the tackle. Wills Talamaveo waits at dummy half. They come to the open side this time with Tagakakabau. You wouldn't think he's got too much ball playing in him. Dummy and go. Wells Talamaveo has a crack. He's going to be short of the line and told to play it. The pass intercepted. A juggle there from Green. He's juggled his way through the line before getting the ball to Craig. And Riggs comes up with the tackle. 40-metre run there from James Green. That'll get longer as the night goes on. One-on-one strip and almost coming up with it. I think we're going to have a knock-on one way or the other. I think this will be a knock-on against Delane Edwards. Went for the one-on-one strip and knocked it forward. So it'll be a North Beach scrum feed. Always thinking, always playing footy. Delane Edwards. Couldn't quite rip that one from the grasp of Curtis Everett. Held on grimly. Now Craig. Looking to phase his way through the line, but Jesse Day is phase proof. McDonald. Tough carry. Runs into some solid shoulders. Wilson Wiley in the main. Now Green. He's just had a 40-metre run. Looking to add to his metres. Now Everett steps off the left. Gets away from a couple. Bouncing, skipping. The ball has come out though right at the end. Well, no one-on-one strip on this occasion is going to save him. That's going to be called a knock-on. The Roosters will get the ball from the feed on this occasion. Roosters 30 metres out from their own line. Another carry from Tierney gets them up to the 40-metre line, and they should be up to the halfway line with the next carry. They're making 8 to 10 metres every single play. Quinton Needham out onto the field for his first run. Now Butler. Butler to Kemp. Kemp, he puts a kick in behind. Well, no one was flat enough for the chase. He definitely saw the defence got up a bit quick, and good work there from Corey Craig to get back in the field of play. Because while the chasers weren't there to actually try and get the ball back for the Roosters, he was still good enough to trap him in the in-goal. But Craig, good enough to get back in the field of play. Dummy half, and Riggs dragging Rafferty down. Stopping at the line there, Drew Lloyd didn't like what he saw in front of him, and as a result he gets dominated in that tackle. Goes back from just outside the 20, that kick. Should be taken by one of the try scorers. Kalen Jeremiah Phillips returns the ball on first play. They're up over the halfway. Now Tierney. He's got a long run before he gets to the defensive line as well. But it just feels like North Beach is spending a lot of time going backwards, but they slow that play the ball down. Now Needham. Needham stands in the tackle. Holds his ground. He'll have to play it. Wells Talamavayo to dummy half. Butler out the back to Kemp. Kemp to Edwards. Edwards finds a target, goes out the other side. Delane Edwards takes on Craig. Standing in the tackle, rolls over, slams it down. Well, that is a Delane Edwards special. Well, just some bad one-on-one misses on Delane Edwards. He liked the matchup in front of him, took them on, comes out the other side. Craig did his best. I think it was Tom Fry got back there and tried to stop him. It was power to begin with and then agility at the end. Sees Edwards plant that one right under the sticks. And it's 18-6, kick to come from right in front. The Roosters putting a gap here on the home team. Kemp from right in front should knock this one over. The Roosters, well, we said at the top of the broadcast, but I don't think we were streaming at that point. I was just talking to myself, but they need to win by 8 or more to go into top spot above the Rockingham Sharks, who have the bye this week. Shows you how close this competition is. You can get the 2 points from the bye and still fall down the ladder, not go up it. As Kemp is successful with the conversion. At the moment they're up by 14. 20 points to 6 on the cash converter scoreboard. Fremantle over North Beach. Plenty of time left in this one. Another important game at Admiral Park. Joondalup Giants hosting the South Perth Lions. The Lions are absolutely desperate for victory to keep their season alive. At the moment, they are in front, up 10 points to 6 against the Joondalup Giants. Thank you to Peter Rowe for the updates there. Monosimo Tagakakabau with the kick return. Fremantle. Riggs almost comes out the other side while holding on for dear life. There, North Beach, Sanders. Another one of the try scorers for Fremantle. Nick Riggs has been great to start this game. Goes back to Kemp. He's kicked it from outside the 40. Looking to bend that one away from Pomare, but he gets back, cleans it up. Bit of noise coming from the sideline. Trying to find some way of lifting their team. Ladies' Day here at the North Beach Rugby League Club. As the Seagulls go across through Rafferty. He's put down. Now Lloyd. Gets a late offload. Now Craig splits them. He's got the fullback to beat. He takes him on. He's chopped down. Can he get a pass away? He will be tackled. He'll have to play the ball. They come out to the right where they've got numbers. Shand to Rogers. Rogers dummies. Goes. Passed inside again to Shand. Shand towards the line. He's put down on tackle 5. Rogers to dummy half. Fires the pass out. They go wider. They've got some space out here. Flicked around to Cowan. Well, I'm sure Alan Cowan must have called for that on the wraparound, and he gets the ball and saves Fremantle. Again, the late offload there to Corey Craig. That one is ripped out and will be a penalty, 2 in the tackle. Tierney's going to look for the sideline. Kicks that one out. No ball, so we're momentary delay. Comes into Day. Gets it on to Needham. Now Butler. Tagakakabau. Wants to pull through the tackle there of Green. Now Butler in behind the ruck. He's put down. Right on the attack. Wells Talamavao goes to Kemp, to Solomon. Solomon dummies to the outside, goes himself. Chopped down. Tierney goes out a dummy half, and the defence was awake to it. Tackle 5. Solomon now to dummy half. Goes out to Kemp. Kemp steps past one, looks to roll it in behind, wants a repeat set, won't get it. It's taken nicely by Everett. He just stays in the field of play. Was well positioned after the footwork from Kemp. Pomare, nowhere for him to go. Passing out to Fry. He's put down. Again. Dropped where he stood as Rogers dummies, bobbles it rather. Gillett gets the pass over the top. Basketball style to Pomare. He's put down up against the sideline on tackle 5. It'll go back to Rogers. There'll be pressure coming. The pass from dummy half, not the best. He still gets boot to ball, but straight down the throat of Kemp, who fires it across to Cowan. Cowan looks to find some room. Comes back towards the right-hand side eventually. And Not far from the halfway line when he's tackled on play one. Tierney goes beyond that mark into the shoulder of Green and Lloyd. Held up, they can't get him to ground. Wells Talamaveo plays it back, now Edwards. He's already got one. Stands in the tackle and eventually dragged down. Now with Butler. Out the back to Kemp. Kemp goes wider to Tierney. Tierney has to do a little bit of dancing. Zeparama. Now tackle 5. Kemp looks like he's sweeping around to the left-hand side. He gets the ball. Kemp dummies, goes over the top of one, wants to get the ball to the ground. He's saying he got to the line. Touch judge says he got to the line. Referee points to the spot. And a try there. Aura Kemp is adding to this margin that is growing ever more. Well, on the last tackle, they just held off Kemp, waited to see what he was going to do. What he did was just dummy and go himself. Get the ball right on the chalk to make it 24-6. The kick to come. It's been an impressive opening half so far from the Fremantle Roosters. Gearing up. We head towards the business end of season 2024. There's been nothing in this competition so far, which is evidenced, of course, by the fact we've got 3 teams level at the top of the table. Even the for and against for North Beach and Rockingham is identical. Fremantle not too far away either. At this stage, it looks like some of those positions on the ladder are definitely going to be changing. There's Kemp. Got 8 in from touch, moves in, strikes it out to the right, looking to get it to hook back, but doesn't hook back enough and waved away. So on the Cash Converter scoreboard, it's the Fremantle Roosters 24, leading the North Beach Sea Eagles 6. North Beach, they do have quite a few missing. One good thing that they do have is a bloke just coming off the bench right now, Kieran Tarrant, an experienced soldier. Justin Buckley out onto the field as well, so Phil Duche looking to add some experience out onto the park, get them out into the middle. Try and keep some cool heads, down by 18. At the moment, Fremantle just appear to be winning the physical battle as much as anything else. Work down a short side with Edwards. They get some numbers into the tackle. Making some better contact, must be said, and getting, as I say, getting a few numbers into the tackle to try and control the ruck. Justin Buckley working hard on that occasion. It's a kick from Wells Talamaveo. It's close to the sideline. It will trickle into touch. It's a little bit of game management from the young number 9. Slows things down, allows them to get their defensive line set. The referee's marking the 10 metres, so he's sent Tom Fry back to play it on the mark. Green. From a bit more of a standing start than I'm sure he would have liked. Now across the face to Rogers. Goes out wider. Zeparama. Now Gillett. to hit up on this occasion. Lloyd will look out the back. Everett fires a pass that'll hit the deck. On the bounce, it's eventually cleaned up. He's up against the sideline and does well just to stay in the field of play. Good run now from Rafferty out of dummy half, picking up some valuable metres. On tackle 4, now the final play. Goes back to Craig. Rolling that one, that should go towards the sideline. The Roosters will be happy to watch it go out. North Beach would have liked that one to stay in the field of play, but just took one bounce too far. Fremantle will get a play of the ball. Jaden Solomon getting into dummy half as everybody gets set. Day with the first carry. Both teams just happy to find the sideline and get a little bit of a breather. It's been pretty frantic this game so far. Falling into that tackle, Tierney plays the ball and Tagakakabau gets the ball out to Edwards, and Delane Edwards goes straight through once more, trying to line up his support players, puts the kick in behind. They chase it back, a bit of a push in the back from Cowan. Gets away with it as Buckley does get on it and clean it up. If you had actually successfully pushed him off the ball, I'm sure it would have been a penalty to North Beach, but because North Beach are able to clean it up, they play on. Gillett plays the ball and Buckley goes down the short side. Craig dummies, looks to step past Day, gets away from him, gets away from another. Day comes again to eventually make the tackle. He's looked their man most likely, Corey Craig. Tackle 5. Buckley will kick from dummy half. Down in between winger and fullback. Kemp gets on it. He hands it off to Jeremiah Phillips. Goes across field, runs into Rogers, who makes the tackle, along with the man that put the kick in, Justin Buckley. Riggs, well, he's bent backwards with that first contact, but shows good balance. Takes the tackle as the halftime siren sounds in the background. So that will be the end of the opening 40 minutes of the round 11 fuel to go and play Premiership match. As the Fremantle Roosters on top at the break, they lead 24 points to 6 over North Beach. The big second half to come. See if the Roosters can go on with it, or if North Beach can find some way of turning momentum in their favour in front of their home crowd. We'll take a break from Blueforce Park and be back with the second half shortly. back to Blueforce Park. For the second half of this round 11, fuel to go and play Premiership clash. The North Beach Seagulls making their way back out onto the field. The referees are ready. The Fremantle Roosters been out here for some time. They are ready to go. North Beach, well, they'll be looking to come out of the sheds firing. They're down 24 points to 6. His top spot on the NRL WA fuel to go and play Premiership ladder that is on the line here today. These two sides level with the Rockingham Sharks on top. Barely anything separating them for and against wise. The Sharks have the bye. So more or less the winner of this game should go to number 1. North Beach with it all to do as Green brings it back for the first carry of the second 40. A big 40 minutes to come. Got through a power of work today, Tom Fry. Looks to spin out of the first tackle, but put down. I don't know that he's had too much of a stint on the sidelines to have a breather. He's played most of that first 40, if not all of it. Green back in behind the ruck with another good strong carry. Second run of this set. Goes back to Rogers, who kicks from inside the 40. Cowan's got it covered. Takes it on the full and goes towards the centre of the field to find his fullback Kemp. Fry chases through and shuts him down before he can get to the outside. Look to go right to left. Cowan goes to Tierney. North Beach looking to show a little bit more line speed and a bit of intensity to start this second half as Wilson Wiley looking to wrestle back some momentum for his side. And a kick from early in the count from Edwards. It's covered well by Craig. He's looked perhaps the man most likely. Was late to get to dummy half there, Buckley, after the quick play the ball from Craig. He gets a one-handed offload around the corner to Ethan Buckley. Now Lloyd. Right in the centre of the field. Ball taken care of by Butler. Now Everett. Out to Tarrant. Tarrant straightens into Riggs. Riggs lifts the leg to make sure he gets him to the ground. Buckley looks down a short side. Everett dummies. Takes on Edwards, who holds on to him. Edwards looking to strip that one-on-one. Tackle 5. Plays it back. Rogers. Goes across. The kick from Lloyd. Straight down the throat of Jeremiah Phillips. I don't know whether he saw him there. I don't know whether Drew Lloyd was exactly the man they wanted to put the kick in on the final play there, North Beach. But it goes down as a completed set. And not the worst of starting positions. A good carry here from Tomaho Tierney. Gets an offload away to Day. Day gets away from one. Fends away from another. Be put down just short of the halfway line. Wells Talamaveo at dummy half. Goes to Tucker Kakabau. He runs into Tarrant, who bends the back, makes the tackle. Now Edwards. Edwards, short ball. Taumia bounces away from Everett. Gets out of another tackle. And told to go back and play it on the mark. Well, I thought he broke the tackle. The referee thought otherwise. But they play the ball. The kick from Kemp. Down the throat of Corey Craig, who was well positioned. Again, looks to skip. Gets past Butler. Again, North Beach looking to work their way upfield. That was Pomare. Looks like Fry's gone into dummy half a couple of times in a row, but Rogers got into dummy half on that occasion. Buckley is back in that role now. Slow play the ball. Buckley. He's gone past Wells Talamaveo, who's hit the deck. He stayed down. as Luke David Wells Talamavayo. The kick in behind from Craig, needs a bounce, gets a bounce that evades everyone. Knocked backwards by the Roosters, that should be play on, picked up by Edwards. Well, the bounce could have gone anywhere, and now as they're coming back towards where Wells Talamavayo is down on the halfway line. Certainly hoping Luke can rejoin the game. He's jogging back towards his Roosters teammates. He's not coming from the field, staying on the park, so he's all good. Overcome whatever it was that ailed him. Nick Riggs runs at Tarrant. Now Tierney. He's been more than happy to take those strong carries. Solomon to Taumia. Taumia busts through one tackle, as he often does. They held their own and eventually drove him backwards. Now Edwards. On tackle 5. They've always got a few options, can put the kick in. Looks like it's going to be Kemp on this occasion. Some pressure from Buckley on the inside. Means he didn't quite get the strike he was looking for. And the Roosters have come up with a knock on. I think the first one might actually go against North Beach. This is looking like it's going to be a Fremantle feed. It will be Wells Talamavayo to feed the scrum. Working around to the blind side is Tierney. Kemp is floating around in behind the scrum. They go to the open side. Now Edwards. Edwards again fends away from one, stands in the tackle of another. He's been dangerous with every touch today, Delane Edwards. Now Wilson Wiley. Towards the try line, centre field. Solomon comes to the right, low pass for Taumia. He's put down Solomon again, in weight. Dummies, goes himself. Well, that's a bit of a wasted play. Lack of communication. Butler gets into position. And another intercept, this time by Buckley, around the corner past to Craig. Craig skipping across field, looking to find another runner. In the end, just finds the ground and gets a good quick play the ball. Now with Pomare. Runs into Wilson Wiley. Well, there's a couple of times in this game where the Fremantle Roosters have been attacking the Sea Eagles line and they've gone for that flat pass. North Beach awake to it. Obviously up to that tactic. That kick from just inside the 40, but Cowan is well positioned. Yeah, twice they've been able to come up with intercepts in those dangerous situations. Justin Buckley was there. It was James Green in the first half who he ran 40 metres. Striding upfield. Now the Roosters again up over the halfway line. North Beach trying to hold on. Trying to keep themselves in this game as Bjorn Crotty with his first carry of the game. In jersey 6, a late inclusion after Sonny Kerr was scratched. Did a hammy in the warm-up. Pass to Edwards, knocked down. I think that might have been a knock-on, and that is the call. Edwards is going to say that he was passing it backwards. I think he tried to make it look like he was passing it backwards and knocked it forward into a Sea Eagles hand. And that's the way touch judge and referee have seen it as well. So North Beach do come up with the ball. Everett to feed the scrum. He's certainly been tested out defensively here today. I'm sure will continue to be. It's a good strong run from the late inclusion for North Beach. Houston Eparama. Now Rogers gets it out to Everett. Everett is shut down by Riggs and Talmia. Now it's with Rafferty getting out a dummy half. He's put down by Wilson Wiley. The pass to Lloyd, dummy to the outside. He had a runner inside and almost comes out the other side himself. On tackle 5. Goes to Rogers. Rogers goes to the line. Inside pass to Fry. The ball wrapped up. He'll be tackled and put down. Well read on the final play by the Roosters. A good tackle from Dwayne Butler. One of the best in the business. He doesn't go to sleep. Nick Riggs. He had a great first half. Looking to continue it here in the second 40. It's Edwards. They get 3 in the tackle to slow him down. Now Wilson Wiley runs at Lloyd. He's up to the task, looking to roll him over. Can't quite get him onto his back, but they control the ruck all the same. Butler up over the halfway line. Solomon waits at dummy half. Out the back, it goes to Kemp. Kemp tries to get that floater. No real spin on it. Did well there. Craig came forward, comes out the other side, and he gets all the way to where the kicker is. But then the ball comes free. Again, saying a one-on-one strip and raked forward by the Roosters, so it'll be a North Beach fee. There's been a couple of times they've gone for those one-on-one strips and come away with a knock-on. It does slow things down and allow them to get their defensive line set as, I suppose, the positive that comes out of it from a Fremantle perspective. But North Beach do get the ball in another set of 6. And first tackle on the Roosters side of halfway. It was Reid. Put down, a little bit of a juggle before controlling it to play it. Everett almost out the other side. Good tackle by Riggs, had to be made. Buckley goes across to Lloyd. Lloyd out to Rogers. Rogers short ball. Gillett crawling. He's just managed to hold onto the ball. Now they look to switch the point of the attack back to Lloyd. Lloyd step past one, out to Everett. They've got numbers. They go out wide. Step in field. Cowan coming across. But the ball gets to the ground and a try for Ethan Buckley. North Beach, little by little, edging their way back into this contest. First try of the second half. Certainly shown a lot more intent in this second 40. They've well and truly got themselves in this game. You feel like they're not going to go away. Everett with a kick from out wide and with an 18-point margin to start this half. Goal kicking does become fairly important. You can go up in 6s. It's only 3 scores. If you miss a conversion, it becomes a little harder. Get back within 12. It's a big kick here from Everett. Strikes it pretty well. Looks like it's going to swing too far and is waved away. So on the Cash Converter scoreboard, it's Fremantle leading 24 points to 10. around the grounds, courtesy of VSP Security Wholesale. At half-time at Admiral Park, it's the Joondalup Giants, 14-10 over South Perth. Big second 40 coming up there. Just a 4-point margin. I think it might have been a penalty goal right on half-time for Joondalup, because did get the 12-10 update before the 14-10. Fremantle, interestingly, going for a short kickoff there. A very flat pass from dummy half there from Buckley. Plenty of hands went up in the air, and the call comes eventually from the touch judge. That took a long time to come through. I think he sent that one. The touch judge must have sent that one via carrier pigeon. It took a long time to reach the referee. But it certainly did look like a forward pass, and North Beach, they just about gave themselves up. So, after scoring points, North Beach straight away hand possession over. One just went backwards from Tierney, picked up eventually, and Needham will look to straighten. Now Solomon goes to Wilson Wiley. To use some late footwork at the line on Reed. Run straight into Buckley. With Edwards. Taumia out the back to Kemp. A few runners going all over the place. It looks like Ben Wells Talamavo out onto the field. Going over to that left-hand side. Ezra Taumia straightening for the Roosters. Now Wilson Wiley stepping off the left this time. On tackle 5. Pass goes, hits the deck. Butler will go back and clean it up. Is he going to have to put the kick up? Eventually he does. Kicks across. Cowan is still pursuing. Alan Cowan is after it, and he gets it! Well, he's going to say offside. So in front of the kicker, Alan Cowan didn't manage to get behind Dwayne Butler. And a penalty. Well, perhaps let off the hook there. The grounding would have been a question mark. But certainly from here, it looked very, very close. But in front of the kicker, North Beach live to fight another day. All over. Jesse Rafferty there with Jules Wilson-Wiley. Lloyd to Rogers, dummies goes. Can he come out the other side? Important tackle there by Needham. Now Craig. Well, there's plenty of Roosters there to round him up. They surround him, put him to ground. Now Lloyd. Lloyd, short ball. Wants a quick play the ball on tackle 5. Now Rogers. Rogers goes out to Everett. Everett steps past it. 1. He stands in the tackle. Stripped one-on-one by Delane Edwards. Well, Edwards has had a couple of goes at those one-on-one strips. This time he comes away with one successfully without knocking it on. Riggs now plays the ball. Jeremiah Phillips. A little carry. Now Tierney. He's put down. Solomon goes to Needham. Needham at Buckley. Buckley chops him down low on tackle 5. Haven't asked too many questions in this set, but on tackle 5, they come up with a silly play there from Solomon. Again, it's with Dwayne Butler on the last, and Butler creates something from nothing. Butler looks to take one on. He gets the pass out the back. Wills Talamaveo puts a little kick in behind, and the big front rower from North Beach trailing across gets on that, Tommy Fry. But he's knocked it on the ground, and Fremantle somehow get a result. Well, it was a very conservative set with a terrible last tackle option from Jaden Solomon that somehow yields a result for the Roosters. So 24 points to 10 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. It is Fremantle in front of North Beach. And the Roosters with the scrum feed in a good attacking position. Kemp to Edwards. Edwards gets away from one, gets the ball to Riggs. Riggs had an unmarked Alan Cowan and took the tackle. They still look to go that side. They come back now to the open. Ezra Talmia going to be hard to stop. He's on the front foot and only the goalposts, I think, stopped him. Delane Edwards at dummy half. Well, have a look to see what he does here. He looks to flick it between his legs. It's knocked down. Well, eventually North Beach come up with the ball. That was an absolute mess. Not allowed to play on. So North Beach surviving, hanging on, clinging by their fingertips. They're still here and they're still in the hunt. 14 points down, but time on the clock. Reed put down. Reed, Craig rather. Reed played the ball on the previous play. Buckley at dummy half. Not allowed to play on, so Tierney's actually in front of the play now, so again back to 18. Around the grounds, the Joondalup Giants lead South Perth 24-14. That one could just about decide the top four. We certainly don't know the order just yet, but that should end South Perth's season as any chance of making the top four if they aren't able to come back 10 points down at the moment. Kemp with the conversion attempt. Moves in. Pushes that one across the face and waved away. Well, goal kicking hasn't been a feature of the contest today. Anything that's been halfway difficult has missed. So 28 points to 10 on the cash converter scoreboard. Well, it still is 3 scores for North Beach. Not exactly sure how long. Fremantle Roosters through Needham. Bring it back. They're chip in a chair territory now. North Beach, you wouldn't think they could win, but a very, very, very tiny chance, I suppose, of scoring 3 quick tries and grabbing a draw. Edwards, again, North Beach up on him quickly on that occasion, with Gulliver Brown shutting him down. Wilson Wiley gets through the tackle there of Everett. On tackle 5. Solomon will go back to Butler. Well, he's accidentally had to kick a couple of times, Dwayne Butler. That time was intentional. I tell you, Corey Craig never looked likely. Good chase from Paora Kemp. Gets hold of him, rips the ball free. I think that's a knock on. Again, one of those one-on-one strips and dragged forward by Paora Kemp, and it will be a scrum feed. For North Beach. Well, it's strange here you see something you might see once or twice a season, and then you see it 5 or 6 times in one game. That is one thing we have seen a lot of today. Fremantle going for the one-on-one strip and knocking it on. North Beach, again, slowed down by that momentum you're able to build. You have to regain some after a scrum. It's Tarrant. Put away his opposite number in Solomon. It's about the only thing those two have in common. The ball with Fry. Dummy to Craig on his outside and takes the tackle. Craig goes into first receiver now. Dummies. No one falls for it. He takes the tackle. Tackle 5. Goes back to Rogers. Rogers goes to the line, puts a kick in behind. Again, needs a bounce, gets a bounce, takes it, gets out of the tackle of Cowan. Rogers gets it across. They've got a chance in the corner. They head for the corner and North Beach score. Well, a ripping try, all started by Darius Rogers, and a try out wide for Jay Pomare. Well, they might not win this game, but they might get the try of the day with that one. That is a ripper. Darius Rogers, well, he's got plenty of football in him. He shows some of it there, just kicking into space, got the bounce. It looked like Alan Cowan had a good grip on him. Was able to pull out of that tackle, gets the pass out to Houston Eparama, who's Already played the Val Murphy Trophy game today. Played almost, I think, the entire game. I don't think North Beach had a bench for that game, so he's played good minutes in this one as well and been quite effective. Got the ball, didn't overplay his hand. Played with a cool head, just gets the ball to the faster winger, Jay Pomare, who scores. Kick from the sideline now for Everett. Moves in and waved away. Well, not going away without a fight. It's 28 points to 14 on the Cash Converters scoreboard. Fremantle over North Beach with that misconversion though, the 14-point margin. I feel comfortable now in saying Fremantle are home without knowing exactly how long is still left on the clock. (28-14) on the Cash Converter scoreboard. Fremantle leading North Beach. That one sitting there, it bounces back. It'll be knocked on there on the ground by Gulliver Brown. Well, that was a horrible bounce for North Beach. From the kickoff, just had that backspin on it. Hard to clean up. Gulliver Brown dives on it and ruled to have had a little bobble on the deck. It's Fremantle. Well, they look to put their own little cherry on top. Wells Talamaveo turns that one underneath the day. Plays it back, Solomon, into the dummy half roll. Tagakakabau taking that forward. Looks left, goes right. Sweeping around, a nice little set play, read well by Gulliver Brown, but doesn't make the tackle. And Edwards came out the other side looking for a hat-trick, but chopped down about 8 or 9 metres short. Ezra Taumia didn't like what was in front of him on the left, didn't like what was in front of him on the right. And in the end, just basically hits the deck and takes the tackle. Out of Butler, short ball. Tagakakabau can't get the pass around to Butler, who was sweeping around. Tackle 5. Solomon, that dummy half, steps out, goes to Taumia. He spins towards the line. He'll be put down. That'll be a handover. Just a metre out from the line. So North Beach hold on. Told to push it backwards a couple of steps. Well, not too many options here as Rafferty. Well, that's a real tough carry. So they try and drive him backwards. Need to get some options here, North Beach. And oh, there's a cramp here for Rafferty. Hopefully that's all it is. He plays the ball. Well, they've got a couple of players down with cramp. And that's Tom Fry right underneath in the goal mouth. As it were. He's getting rocked and rolled as he tries to get the legs moving. Now with Tarrant. Down a short side, not too much doing. Nowhere to go. And they play the ball. Tarrant with another carry. There's a few players starting to hit the deck. There's fatigue setting in. Craig. Dummied really to nobody because not too many people actually want to have a carry at this stage of the game. Delane Edwards has dropped back on the wing. So go to Rogers, who puts boot to ball. Kemp will come forward and take it on the full. He looks outside. Sees his coach outside him, but doesn't throw the long ball to him. Takes the tackle. There's Ratamia coming from the field. Sanders back on, one of the Roosters' try scorers. Had a few here today. Wells Talamaveo gets the ball to Wells Talamaveo. So it was Luke to Ben. Now with Edwards, who again gets away from one tackle. Carries another couple. Another 5 or 6 metres. Riggs at dummy half. Goes to Sanders. Sanders pushes away from Everett, who comes again. It's a bit of a terrier. He has been tested. The bomb going across, chasing through his day. He doesn't get there. He's able to put some pressure on and make the tackle as soon as he comes to ground. There, Pomare. Slow to his feet. Rogers out of dummy half, and Rogers! He's into the backfield, he's got the fullback to beat. Dummies! Kemp goes whack though. He just stayed on the man, didn't take the dummy at all. Now Gillett out of dummy half, up towards halfway. The light's coming on here as it starts to get a little dark. And a penalty, slowing it down a little too much. Tapped and then knocked it on. Well, unbelievable that. Just about sums up North Beach's day. The bench, while frustrated, even they can have a little bit of a giggle at that. Went for the quick tap. And then drops the ball. When it's not your day, it's not your day. The Roosters will get the scrum feed. Goes across to Edwards. Edwards out to Riggs. Riggs looks to get to the outside, draws in again 2, 3, 4. Tarrant looking to roll him over onto his back. Been a little bit more solid since Tarrant's got out on that edge. Haven't quite been able to have the same success in the second 40. The Roosters, of course, led 24 points to 6 at half time. North Beach, they have won the second half. So that'll be little consolation. So they should drop to third. With the loss here is Edwards out to Kemp. Kemp bounces away from one, goes back towards the middle again, looking for a hole, gets it Edwards. Edwards again tries to hold off defenders, then stands in the tackle. Eventually has to take the tackle. On tackle 5. Kemp is to the right. That's the way they go. Kemp will go to the line, puts a kick across. Cowan chasing through. Alan Cowan takes that one and dots down in the corner. Well, that was pinpoint accurate. No pressure on Paora Kemp at all. And he's able to put it exactly where he wanted it. Alan Cowan. Well, he puts the icing on the cake. He got the first try and may well have just got the last. He's got himself a double. A kick from the sideline. It's Jaden Solomon with the kicking tee in his grasp. So they've used a couple of different kickers throughout the day. The Roosters, Paora Kemp in the main. Tom Hotierney had a shot from the sideline at one point, and now Jaden Solomon. To have what might be the final conversion of this game. Again, we don't have a clock, so not exactly sure whether it's as close to full time as I think it is. Solomon, well, he struck that pretty nicely. Does it have the legs? It doesn't. Well, he had the direction. He maybe just brought it back a tad far. He's brought it back 30 metres. He didn't do his Pythagoras theorem there and work out the distance. Comes up just short. So 32 points to 14. on the Cash Converter scoreboard. The last score we had from Admiral Park was that the Giants leading 24-14. Haven't had any update on that. So you would think the Giants home in that one. We've got 2 balls on the field. Didn't like the first one. So Everett puts the second one on the tee. Ezra Taumi has got it covered. Bounces off that big chest of his, but on the second grab, reels it in. Now Wilson Wiley. Well, he's still going just as hard in the final moments of this game. Taumia with his second run of the set. Runs at Gulliver Brown. Puts him down onto his back, and that is the full-time siren sounding. And the Fremantle Roosters victorious. And that will send them to the top of the ladder. They go from 3rd to 1st. The Sharks will drop down to 2nd, and North Beach will drop to 3rd. But still just 2 competition points between 1st and 3rd. A 32 points to 14 victory to the Roosters in the end. Tries to Paora Kemp, Kalen Jeremiah-Phillips, doubles to Alan Cowan and Delane Edwards. Cooper Sanders also grabbed a try, while for North Beach, Jesse Rafferty, Jay Pomare, Darius Rogers, their try scorers. The score from Blueforce Park in round 11, the Fremantle Roosters 32, defeating North Beach 14. Thanks very much for joining us. See you next week.